Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sturmgeschütz IV here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Sturmgeschütz IV, also known as the StuG IV. The StuG IV, or SDKFC 167, was a German assault gun variant of the Panzer IV used in the later part of the Second World War. It was identical in role and concept to the highly successful StuG III assault gun, variant of the Panzer III. Both StuG models were given an exclusively tank-destroyer role in German formations, and tactical planning in the last 2 years of the war, greatly augmenting the capability of dwindling tank forces available to the German army on the eastern and western fronts. The Sturmgeschütz IV resulted from Krupp's effort to supply an assault gun, as Krupp did not build Panzerkampfwagen IIIs. They used the Panzerkampfwagen IV chassis in combination with a slightly modified Sturmgeschütz III superstructure. The vehicle itself was kind of first, proposed in February of 1943, and from there it was kind of re-fired and actually approved in the late stages of 1943. The vehicle itself was in service from 1943 to 1945, with only 1,141 units being built, which is actually quite a bit, considering that the StuG IV does not really get much love in any kind of, historical movies or anything of that kind of sort. Overall, I think it's a really cool build and should make a cool addition to your German Wehrmacht forces, and as a nice kind of tank destroyer for the later part of the war. With that though, let's go and dive in here to take a look at the build. So the first thing I want to go and mention here is that this hull here is a slightly modified from a Panzer IV. Now the reason I went ahead and did this is because the Panzer IV chassis in the front was I was not too keen on. So I went ahead and kind of decreased the length of it, and I think it kind of helped improve the build. I don't know, maybe it didn't, but I think it just looks a little bit more proportionally right to where the Panzer IV would be kind of sitting. Now, the vehicle itself has its main gun. This is a 75mm long gun, the same gun used with the later war Panzer IVs. It has the whole, obviously, mounted superstructure type gun, so this hull-mounted, hull-locked gun. We have the machine gun located on top here, most likely an MG34, and a commander's cupola on top. The back here, you have your standard kind of rear here for the Panzer IV chassis. Really nothing a whole lot going on here in terms of differences compared to our other Panzer IV variants, but still a pretty cool look for it. And that's pretty much the build. It's really straightforward, shouldn't be too difficult to get through, but will make an awesome addition to your Panzer IV lines of vehicles and kind of usher in our new designs that will be coming out for the Panzer IV chassis. So definitely expect to see some redesigns here coming up in the near future of our older Panzer IV variants. With that though, let's go ahead and dive into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and move into our first layer here, we will be going ahead and start with layers 0 and 1. Now to go ahead and get started with this, we're going to go ahead and first place down another brick upside down stair. That is going to be the start of our left front tracks. We're going to go ahead and then break the blocks in the ground 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 back, and we're going to go ahead and place down nether brick blocks in those block spaces. We're going to go ahead and then place down a nether brick upside down the stair on both sides of that row. We're going to go ahead and then take our grindstones. We're going to place down a row of grindstones all the way down the center here for your road wheels, and we're going to go ahead and then place down item frames on each one of these grindstones, followed by a smooth sandstone block in each one of those item frames. That right there is going to basically create your wheels there for the vehicle. Now, after we have that done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of birchwood trapdoors, 1, 2, 3 across, and then our smooth sandstone top slabs, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have a total of 3 rows of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going back just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same design we did for the tracks, just over here to this side. And just like that. And then we're going to take our grindstones, place them all the way down like so. And then item frames on those grindstones, and then smooth sandstone blocks in those item frames. Now, after we have that all finished there, we're going to go ahead and then place down a birchwood fence gate that is going to be on the back here. It's going to come off this top slab, and then we're going to place down a skeleton skull on both sides of those nether brick stairs. Now, after we have that all done, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 1 of the build. Taking a look at from the top-down view, this is what we should have for the build so far. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number. Alright guys, so moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to start with, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 of these end portal frames. We're going to go ahead and then place down a stripped birchwood log to both ends, item frame, cobweb in the item frame, and a birchwood button. We're going to go ahead and go over here, place down an item frame, cobweb, and a birchwood button again, so it's going to look something like that. We then just want to go ahead and grab ourselves our dark oak trapdoors. We're going to place down a trapdoor on the side here of these blocks, and we're going to go ahead and have them close like that. Now, one thing to mention real quick is that if you're on Java, you can place down an item frame and button in the same block space. If you're not on Java, such as Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you cannot place down an item frame and button in the same spot. Unfortunately, just the way Minecraft is. However, you can go ahead and place down the item frame and use the cobweb, and I would recommend doing that if you do not, or if you're not able to place down both blocks in the same block space. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down an item frame on these two end portal frames, and we're going to go ahead and place down a tripwire hook in each of those item frames. We're going to go ahead and rotate them so they face downwards. We then want to go ahead and grab a birchwood sign, and we're going to place it down on the side of this middle one like that. After we have that done, we're going to take our nether brick top slabs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 nether brick top slabs going down the center here. On the very back, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a birchwood slab, and we're going to place down a birchwood slab like so, and this is going to be followed by an item frame on the side and a cobweb. We're going to go ahead and then place down a smooth sandstone stair coming off this slab like that. After that's done, we're going to take our nether brick top slabs. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top slabs back, another birchwood slab, a smooth sandstone stair, item frame, and a cobweb. After that, we're going to go ahead and fill in the space here in the middle with smooth sandstone, so 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves a sandstone wall, and we're going to place it here on both sides. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down an item frame on the sides of these walls, smooth sandstone blocks in those item frames, and we're going to go ahead and then grab a birchwood sign and place it on the side here of these walls. So it's going to look just like that. After we have that all done, we can go ahead and then take our smooth sandstone, and we can fill the inside in of the vehicle with smooth sandstone to completely fill in the inside. We're going to go ahead and then use this opportunity to grab item frames, and we do want to place down item frames here on the tracks, which will be basically used to help kind of highlight our roller wheels. So we're going to start off by going ahead and going to our second slab from front item frame. We're going to skip this block and kind of do this alternating all the way down to this point here. And same thing is going to be done over here on this side. So again, we're going to alternate every other one. And then we're going to go then place down a smooth sandstone block in those item frames. And then again, if you're on Java, I'd recommend a dark oak sign on the side of the nether brick slabs just to kind of help bring it a little bit all together. And of course, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side. So smooth sandstone for all versions, and then my Java players go ahead and add a dark oak sign over the item frame. Then, with that all done, right there, that's pretty much it for the base here of the vehicle. If you do want to go ahead and add the extra armor shields here to the side of the vehicle, you're more than welcome to. For me, the way I did this is I went ahead and went off this slab here, and I went ahead and placed down a item frame, so we skipped a space there, a trapdoor, birchwood trapdoor. We're going to place it coming off that space there, here, and we're just going to go ahead and place down a line that's going to go all the way along the side here. So, just like this, and it's going to even come off of this block space right there. So it's going to be like that. There's going to be a total of 9 trapdoors, and then we're going to go ahead and open them or close them, however you want to refer to them, to where they lay on their side like that. And that's going to fill in this row here, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side. Again, these are optional. You can have the build with or without these side armor plating. I personally like it. I think it kind of looks good and really kind of pays homage to the StuG IV, where a lot of the later versions had the same kind of plating here to help protect it from, side rocket launchers and stuff like that. But anyways, that right there is going to complete what we have there for layer number 2. And take a look at it above. This is what we should have for the top-down view. With that, we're going to go ahead and jump into our next layer, which will be layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer here, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor here on top of this block here. And then also a birchwood trapdoor that's going to go on top of this nether brick slab. Then we're going to place down an item frame coming off that trapdoor, and then we're going to place down a snowball in the item frame. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a sandstone wall. That's going to go right here. And then behind that sandstone wall, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone full block. After we have that full block done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stair here. And then in the middle space here, we want to go ahead and actually grab ourselves a slab. So we're going to place down a smooth sandstone top slab that's going to come off this full block here. And then another smooth sandstone full block. And that is going to create the front here, and then we're going to place down a birchwood sign here to this side. Now, after we have that done behind this slab, just to kind of darken this up, so basically the gun would kind of go into the interior here. However, with shadows and stuff like that, it would basically kind of be blacked out. So we have that just to kind of show the shadow. It kind of goes back and fills that void. So we're going to place down a black concrete block behind there. However, going forward from this top slab, we're going to go and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or sorry, just 5 smooth sandstone top slabs forward. We then want to go and grab ourselves a polished blackstone slab, which we can go ahead and obtain from here. And we're going to place it like this. We then want to place down an item frame on the front there of the slab. And then we're going to place down what will be a black concrete block that will be coming off the item frame, or in the item frame, so like this. And then we want to take dark oak with signs and just place it around the top slabs here to go ahead and form our gun breech. And just so we don't forget about it later, we can just throw the dark oak with trapdoor on top of this top slab here to go ahead and complete that design there for the muzzle brake on the tip of the gun. Now this section here, we have a little bit of a different design going on here. This is some extra kind of stuff strapped onto the side of the vehicle. We're going to place down an anvil here and then a grindstone coming off the anvil like that going forward. We're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone block on both sides of that black concrete block. And once we have that all done there, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block on the left side. And on the right side here, we're going to go ahead and save this for a sandstone wall. So it's going to be a little bit different there on the two sides. Once we have that done, on both sides here, we are going to go ahead and take our grindstone, and we're going to place down 2 grindstones like this going back. We're going to fill the space in between those grindstones with 2 rows of 3 of smooth sandstone. On the side of the grindstones, if you're a Java player, and keep that in mind if you're Java, we're going to place down our item frames here, and then we're going to place down our smooth sandstone blocks. If you do not plan on adding the side skirts, and you are on Pocket Edition or Bedrock, you can go ahead and also add the item frames. But if you do plan on adding these skirts here, then don't plan on adding those item frames there. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. Again, Java doesn't matter if you're doing the side skirts or not. Go ahead and place down your item frames. Now, after we have that done, we're going to go ahead and then take our smooth sandstone, and we're going to place down a solid row of 3 again. So it's going to be a row of 3 across that center there. We then have our smooth sandstone stairs, which are going to come into effect here, and we're going to place down another smooth sandstone block above, and so it's actually going to be a row of 5, and then we're going to go back with 2 sandstone ups and down stairs on the sides there. In the middle space here, we're going to place down 2 black concrete blocks here to the left side, 2 smooth sandstone blocks like that in the center, black concrete block on the right side, and then smooth sandstone blocks here. Now on the very back here, we're going to go ahead and grab a birchwood trapdoor. We're going to place it on top of these birchwood slabs. We're also going to go ahead and take our exposed cut copper slabs, and you will probably actually want to make sure that these are the waxed ones, just so that they don't corrode over time. So I'd recommend putting those on there. So the waxed copper slabs, and you want this kind of aged one like that. Or actually, these are the unaged ones, if I remember correctly, or slightly aged. So they're kind of that duller color. You don't want that bright copper, you want that duller color. After that, we're going to go ahead and then place down a birchwood trapdoor here, and we're going to close that. So that's going to finish that off there. And once you have that done, that kind of completes the main kind of body here of the vehicle. Again, for those that don't want to add the side skirts. For the side skirts here, we are going to go ahead and jump into those. So to get started with here, we're going to take birchwood trapdoors and we're going to place them down on top of the row we placed previously. So that previous row 9, we're going to go ahead and just place down another row directly on top of it. And we're going to go ahead and open and close, whatever you prefer to call it, for all these trapdoors. So they're going to lay facing upwards, vertically, like that, to go ahead and form the continuation of those skirts. However, for this section, we're going to go ahead and start off by going ahead and going to this second to last trapdoor. We're going to place down a fence gate here. We're going to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So you stop right there before that front one. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Come off this anvil with a fence gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, a total of 7. And this right here is where those item frames come into effect. Obviously, the item frames take up a full block space on Bedrock and Pocket Edition, so you will not be able to place down the fence gates, and we want the fence gates there. Again, Java, you can place them down no matter what. We're going to go ahead and then open these fence gates so that they go outwards toward the trapdoors. So you want them kind of going out there toward that, and that's going to help form your racking there that the plate's attached to. That right there, though, is going to complete everything we have for that, and we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Moving into our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, to get started with here, we're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor that's going to sit on top of this block here, and then directly behind that, we want to go ahead and place down a a daylight detector, and make sure that trapdoor stays closed. We're going to place down our smooth sandstone slab here, this time on both sides of it. We're going to place down a birchwood sign. After we have that done, we then want to go ahead and place down a end portal frame that's going to sit here. And then to the sides of the end portal frame, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a sandstone stair and place down a sandstone stair like that to go ahead and kind of help form our gun and all that. We then want to go ahead and grab skeleton skulls. And on this full block here to the side, we're going to place down a skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle. And over here on this wall, same thing, about a 45-degree angle. We're going to go ahead and then take our smooth sandstone. We're going to place down a row of 3 across that space like so. We'll go ahead and then grab ourselves a stripped birchwood log. We're going to place that stripped birchwood log on the right side here. Then one and another one on this side. We're going to go ahead and then take our smooth sandstone again. We're going to place down another row of 3 all the way across. Back here in the center, we're going to place down an item frame, a smooth sandstone block, and if you're on Java, a birchwood sign on the back there. On the sides here of the superstructure, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 yellow stained glass panes, and 1, 2, 3. You can also use sandstone walls if you prefer, but the glass panes are a little more accurate to how far they actually extend. Then we have the back here, which is going to be done with using a rail here, and then 2 rails, and then we're going to place down 1, 2 buttons here, and 1, 2. Or rather, sorry, 1 on the left side and 2 on the right side. On the left side also, we have our birchwood fence gate, or fence post, which we're going to place here. And then we're going to go ahead and just finish off with our antenna. This is going to go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that finishes that off there. Then taking our birchwood trapdoors, we're going to go ahead and go to our side armor plating. We're going to go ahead and go to our middle 5 trapdoors, and we're going to go ahead and place down 5 more that go up. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we open these again so that they are sitting up vertical. Again, this is going to be if you do plan on adding that armor to the sides of the tank. Then we want to go ahead and grab our fence gates and our end rods. We're going to place down a fence gate here in the middle. Open this toward that. Open this one up. Sorry, toward the. Actually, no. Rather, we'll have it go toward the glass pane, and then we're going to place down end rods coming off those 2 glass panes there, and same thing over here. Like that, again, to help form those connections that hold those plates onto the side of the vehicle. Now, once that is all done there, just making sure I'm not forgetting anything, but everything kind of appears to be good to go. One thing actually is going to be the addition of a flower pot here on top of this wall. This is mainly just to kind of help show that this is the driver's viewports and stuff like that you would use, obviously, to see out the vehicle. But with that all out of the way, I believe that is everything we have there for layer 4. And with that will go ahead and lead us into our last final layer of the build, layer number 5. Alright guys, so moving into our last layer, we have layer number 5. Layer 5 is a pretty simple layer. All we're going to be doing is adding that top detail onto the vehicle. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First thing we're going to do is place down a birchwood slab on top of this block right here. This is basically kind of strictly here for the commander's cupola. And coming off of it going forward, we're going to place down a skeleton skull there for basically the little sights there for the cupola. Now, after that is all done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a grindstone that is going to be sideways here on top of this smooth sandstone block. We're going to place down a chain coming off of it going forward, and then a wither skeleton skull here on the back. That is going to basically help form up our MG34. That would be up here, 42, whichever you want to call it. And then lastly, we're going to take some signs. We're going to place them at slight angles, so birchwood sign here, and here to go ahead and kind of create this shield that would be kind of around the gunner position up on top there. And once you have that all done, that is going to basically wrap up my design here for the Sturmgeschütz IV. Hope you guys do enjoy this vehicle and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be a thing from a side of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video if this does appear on your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on and all that fun stuff. And yeah, with that, if you guys are interested in requesting more builds, be sure to check out my Discord link down in the video description. There you can go ahead and submit more vehicles that you would like to see done in the future, and all that stuff. Nice way to keep track of them, and there's a voting system, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link for that's always in the video description. With that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.